Hey, our guest is in the studio with us. One of Nigeria's finest. He's the comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and his name is actually Ogechukwu David. But you know him as Elder O. So we're privileged to be bringing this to the fore today. Elder, how are you doing?
I'm good, my brother.
It's good to have you on the show.
Ah, my pleasure.
There is only one thing that is two things.
Okay.
The beatings and your headgear. Why?
First of all, my name is Elder O, the youngest elder of Nigeria. I was in Amata Broke, one of Igbo land. The only comedian that have been permitted to always dress like this, and I call it cooperative dressing. That's corporate plus native equals a cooperative.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say I would like to see your eyes because mine is transparent. Let's find out. You want to bring it out? Let's see food time. For the records, yes.
You know, most times it's not as if we are just putting it for putting it on sake, and most times we just use it to cover eyes we never sleep for maybe 2 or 3 nights.
Let me take it from there. We see a lot of Nigerian celebrities like you do this a lot. Is it because you people are shy to face the crowd? Some people say they actually, when they wear that, they don't get to look at faces. They just go ahead. No,
most times it's not about being shy, because most of us have been on stage for God knows how long. Understand? Okay. But most times, okay, like today now, as I stepped out of my house now, I might be going back tomorrow evening or Sunday morning. Understand? We walk around the clock, especially on weekends. Wow. And then, like someone like me now, I don't smoke, I don't drink. But most times when you deprive yourself of sleep because of work, you know, your eyes must turn red. Yeah. Understand? And so in order to just cover that eye from your audience, so that they don't get scared of you. Understand? That,
I think I'll take that. That's a different version of it. Anyways, let's play into the industry a little bit now. I don't want to ask you how long you've been in this, but what would you say is the unique selling point for you, Elder O? Why are you a special comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Well, first of all, I started comedy just like the joke that it is, understand? And initially I was doing it just for fun. You know, can imagine going to weddings and then anchoring weddings for free. I never knew I could earn a living from it until...
You could monetize it?
I'm telling you. Until 5-6 years ago, when I just stopped every other thing business. And by the grace of God, I have my own selling point, understand? Because what most comedians don't know is that most times you come on stage and start telling stories and all that. Yeah. Some people are fed up.
They want to get the punchlines.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then most times, a comedian's selling point, when you are able to be spontaneous, spontaneity, understand? Looking at people, just interacting with them, and then people will still laugh. That's the most times when you see me at events, I like doing all this spontaneous comedy.
I'm going to ask you a question.
We call it freestyling.
Have you ever been embarrassed before? Have you ever been embarrassed before on stage? Like you did all you could, you brought out all the lines, and hey, the audience is just like, Bros, I beg. Tell us any personal experience.
Yeah, it happened to so many comedians, and even the best comedians pass through such experiences. Yeah, and I think it happened to me. It should be 5 years ago. Wow. But recent time, no.
You now know how to handle the Nigerian people.
Of course, because what most comedians don't do is the talent is good, but at times you still need to brush up. Understand? Because some of us now don't know that it's not all about coming to make people laugh. You have to, like someone like me now, I have so many books on public speaking. Okay. Understand? I read books on public speaking, and then when you know your audience, you know the kind of jokes you come up with. Okay. You know, you don't go to a Children's Day program and then start telling them mommy and daddy jokes. You know, like going to a student event, maybe somewhere at Unilag. Okay. Then you are there, you start telling them of one traditional, you know. All right, thank you. So stuff like that. You have to know what to give to your audience at a particular time.
All right, thank you very much for that, Elder O. Okay, we're going to take our press review now so that we'll do this together. So I have this and you have that. So just hold this. So when we come back from the break now, be ready to show us what we have. We'll be right back.
Cause when he started to beg, I left.
Okay, still with us in the studio is Ogechukwu David, and he's popularly called Elder O. Let's have you give us just in the last 5 years, this particular industry where you play, what would you say has been the trend? And for you, where do you see the future of comedy?
In the last 5 years, I think comedy have done so well because comedians have become so relevant that I don't think we have any event here in Lagos or Nigeria entirely that comedians are not needed. Can you imagine people even calling comedians not to come and perform at burials? Understand? And that's where the task now comes in, you know, coming to a family that are mourning and then trying to spice things up.
You just said family that are mourning. That's why we have to pick these papers now. Please pick your copy. Let's do this together because I have something here I want to actually talk about. And I will just go straight to this particular one because you said something when you stepped into the studio. Now here it reads, "Pray for my wife, Kefi's hubby begs." And the information reaching us now, what do you think, please?
I felt so bad this morning hearing about Kefe's death. Honestly, we've been rallying up support, talking about the all entertainers. We've been on it, praying, some are even fasting. Not be joke, because Kefe is just not just like a sister, but a sister to many. Understand? You know, someone that you can just meet for the first time. She's already treating you as if she's known you for ages. Wow, that's the usual. Let's look at some other stories on your paper, please. Just take one or two. Let's see. Hold it for us. Hold like mine. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's have you read any of the story there.
Nollywood mourns again as two costumiers die mysteriously.
And I don't know why it's sinking. Maybe because you mentioned the fact that comedians are beginning to do stuff. Even you guys have to perform at funerals these days. I'll take one from here. Davido wins big at Mama. You know, they just concluded Mama Awards.
Yeah, big congrats to my own boy. Big congrats. Davido is really making us proud.
Okay.
Really making us proud. Setting the pace and then always knowing that, you know, like I tell most of my guys, some things we are doing now is not just entertaining people now. The competition is so stiff, understand? Wow. So you have to up your game at every moment, because if you don't do that, you have so many up and coming guys that are very hot. Okay, let's look at any interesting story you have there before we go. Anything that catch your fancy, please. Okay, yeah, a very one Nigerian Idol season 4. Congrats also, but the one that all this death. It's becoming anyway, still Auntie Dora anyway. Okay. I can't just skip it. Yeah, may I so rest in peace. Thank you very much, Elder O. Our wonderful viewers all around the world. It has been a wonderful and interesting one with us here in the studio, Sugar and Spice.